Hi guys, and thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to be going through the nightmare that I've had with my baby boy for over 2 weeks now. So he has had diarrhea, and if you know my channel, if you know me, I do reusable nappies. So I'm going to go through my journey around how that works when the poopies are really loose. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thanks so much for joining me. I'd love for you to consider subscribing. I talk about motherhood. I've got a huge dog, an 18-month-old baby boy. I do reusable nappies, and basically I do anything in between, so like makeovers, and I'm currently going through the process of buying a new house, so you will see like renovations and decluttering videos, things like that. So yeah, I'd love to have you with us, and if you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up. It really means the world to me because I do these videos in my spare time. Anyway, enough of that, got that out of the way, let's get to it. Effectively, I wanted to quickly just give you a bit of background around what's been going on. So currently we've been going through like selling and buying a property. So selling this property that we are at now, and you can see the video, I'll add a link, around what it looks like. I've given you like a house tour. Essentially, like, we've been living in like a viewing house, so like it's been very tidy and very nice for the last couple of weeks. Since we've sold it though, it did get back to its messy self, but it's natural. I've got an 18-month-old baby boy, right, and I've got a huge dog. So anyway, life is busy. But what that means is also an upheaval for my baby boy. He's also going to nursery, and since everybody started in September, we are in October already, so it's been a month since he started nursery, 3 days a week, and it means that he picked up a virus, unfortunately, and there's been like a whole series of cases where they've had diarrhea, and he was no different. He had a temperature. It started off with like flu-like symptoms. Luckily it wasn't COVID, which is great, but it did mean that he's had diarrhea for like over 2 weeks now, and we got so worried at one point that we started calling the GP. So I tried, no word of a lie, I tried 44 times to call the GP in like the space of an hour to make an appointment, because what you have to do in the UK these days is you have to call them up 8 AM in order to get an appointment for that morning. If you don't get that slot, then you have to call up at 2:30 to get an appointment in the afternoon. Ridiculous, I know, and I couldn't get through, and when my other half did get through, somebody accidentally put the phone down on him. So not great news. It means either going to A&E or health clinic. So instead we ended up chatting to one of the nursery ladies, and she told us that actually with her own children and the kids in nursery, it took them about a month to get over this. So we are reassured in that case, but we're also monitoring. The biggest thing though is the fact that he does seem like himself. He was so cheery and bubbly this morning. He seemed like in such a good mood that I'm not too worried just yet. So when the pains do come back, so he had some pains overnight, then I'll start worrying again. That's a bit of background for you. So what I've been doing is essentially what you're going to see throughout this video. It's around cleaning the nappies, it's around soaking the nappies, and that a lot of that happened. So I'm looking forward to showing you all that. And just one last thing before we start, and that's if you don't want to see poop, do not watch this video. This video will show you the disgusting elements of poop, diarrhea, how to clean it and things like that. So watch at your own risk. Morning guys, as you can see, like, I've not got ready or anything, so I do apologize for the look, but I wanted to take you through like a whole day to show you exactly what it's like with diarrhea. Basically, Aiden's had poopies for a long time now, over 2 weeks. I'm going to do an introduction before this, so I'm going to explain everything then, so I'm not going to repeat myself. But essentially this baby boy has had poopies this morning. So we woke up, we had breakfast. We're still on a diet just for like basically nothing fibrous. So the good things for diarrhea is actually like just like white plain bread. Bananas are good. Like, you think that's a strange one. He likes to climb the table these days. But I've got like a poopy nappy here anyway. We've had toast with banana is what I was trying to say. But I've got a poopy nappy here. If you're squeamish and you don't want to see this stuff, it's pretty disgusting. It is diarrhea. I was just going to show you it and just like explain what it's like and how I clean it out of the nappy. And this isn't just a normal nappy. It's not a pocket nappy. It's a nighttime nappy from Bell's Bums. So yeah, I'm going to show you throughout the day how I sort that stuff out. Покажем? Мы покажем? Да, показать надо. Right, so we've got the inner layer. Yep, it's not very nice at all. And actually, this isn't as bad as it was a few days ago. So as you can see, like, it's pretty liquidy. It's like gooey, I'd say. The ones a few days ago were really liquidy. Yes, it's smelly as well. So essentially what I'm going to do... Oh, that's not very nice, is it? Oh, okay, it's not poo. Luckily, it's his food. What I'm going to do is I usually try and scrape... I try and scrape away as much... Yes, dirty. Put out in there. Dirty. He likes to say dirty when we tell him not to touch stuff. Scrape it away with toilet paper, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that in a second. But first things first, and I like to put gloves on. I don't like to do it with my bare hands because essentially it's not very nice. Yeah, so I'm going to do that and then show you how I scrape it off. And then after that, I put it in a bucket of water. Тебя включить? Будешь руки мыть? Да, давай. И... Включаем. Не холодная, нет? Тогда это не трогай, вот так вот. So you scrape as much as you can off. Obviously it's not nice. I'm going to flush it because it smells. I'll probably come back to it and then flush it again later. Now there are a couple of things that I can do here. If I have time, I would rinse it off first and then put it in the washing machine. If I don't, I just get a bucket, fill it up with water and just leave it there to soak whilst I do everything else that I need to do around the house. So as it's the morning, it's like 7:30 AM. I've got a bit of time, obviously with Aiden here, before he goes to nursery. So as I've got time. And actually what I thought is that this reminds me of when he was really tiny. So between the ages of 3 to 6, their poo is liquidy anyway. So I would have a special bucket. It's actually in the attic. I should have really taken it down. But like this bucket where I just put all of his nappies in to soak before I put it in the washing machine. So it's a little bit like that because all of his poops are basically liquid. And they have been for like the last 2.5 weeks, you know. Ну иди посмотри телевизор, тебе включить? So the outer layer didn't actually have anything on it, which makes sense. I'm going to shake it off just in case. I thought I heard something fall. So I'm going to shove that into the washing machine straight away. I think this one was the worst one. These patches aren't diarrhea, that's actually pseudo cream that stayed on. But yeah, most of it's washed off, so that's good. That's the bit that's usually connected to. Obviously there's a few bits here and there, but the washing machine will sort out the rest. I've been washing everything on 60 degrees as well, because obviously because of the diarrhea there's a lot of stainage before it gets washed, but once it gets washed it's all fine. This one didn't really get touched, so that's good. And that's the Bambino Mio pre-folds. So yeah, I'm going to put those straight into the washing machine now, and then go about my day until the next lot of poopies. Good. If that will oh, so cute. I wanted to show you quickly what I've put in his nursery bag. So I've actually got 2 reusable nappies in there, so 1, 2. I also have 2 pairs of trousers because his diarrhea has tended to go everywhere. So yeah, like clothes as well, so I've got my t-shirt. And the other thing I was going to say is I have been naughty. Just in case, I've given them a couple of disposables. Hey guys, so Aiden is back from nursery, and I am just about to finish up with work, but I thought I'll show you this. So basically he came back with a poopy nappy, and it's gone through his trousers, so I've got a spare pair of trousers. I'm going to change him. I've got a wet muslin here. I don't know if you guys know, but instead of using like wet wipes and stuff, I bought really cheap muslins. I've been gifted muslins, and I've been using them to wipe his bottom and things. So we're going to see how it looks, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to be pretty. So look away if you don't want to see this. So actually it wasn't too bad at all. There's not much there. I didn't really have to clean up that much either. And yes, I know I'm being really naughty by giving him snacks, but it was the only way to keep him steady before I change him, because he doesn't really like changing his bottom very much, especially after nursery. I think he's just really energetic and just doesn't want to sit in one spot. And plus I can see that it's sore, so what I'm going to do is put pseudo cream on and clothe him. So because there's not much there at all, what I usually do, and what I'm normally going to do, and going to do now rather, is use a biodegradable bag that we actually use for our dog, Casper. Put the poopies and the Alina in here. He clearly wants to eat more, so I'm going to give him something proper. I'll give him chicken and potato soup, so no more snacks. Naughty mummy. Yep, so put the Alina poopies in biodegradable bag. We've got a bin outside as well where we put the poop into, like we've got a dog as well, you know. And then I'm going to put all the soiled nappy. If it gets too stained, if it gets too stained, or if I like the nappy very much, like this Pim Pam nappy, it's new, I like the quality, I would soak it. So that's what I'm going to do now. Put everything else, like the dirty trousers, the muslin, it's still wet and it's not too bad, but I'm going to put that into the washing machine, and then clear everything else up. Why don't you? Never mind.
Can't do that, can't do that. Can't do that.
Again? So I'm checking in to let you know that he's pooped again. It's only been a couple of hours, but that's what happens, like when they've got diarrhea, you just go through so many nappies because they're constantly pooping. He seems okay still, so touch wood. I don't know, I just feel like sometimes it gets more solid and then all of a sudden it gets more liquidy, and there's so many in the row. Next steps is basically to clean his bot out again. I'll show you that again, guys, so look away if you don't want to see it. I'm going to see how bad it is, pop it into the bucket with the rest of the bits, or put it in the washing machine straight away. And actually Nanny recommended these electrolytes that you, like, it's a powder that you put in the water, you stir it up, and then it dissolves. It's supposed to help them get that water hydration back up, I believe, because obviously when they've got diarrhea, they lose a lot of liquid. So I've tried to give that to him. He doesn't actually like the taste, so I had to mask it with squash, but it's supposed to be like a blackberry kind of like squash taste. So it's funny that I had to add orange squash for him to drink it. But yeah, I think we've got only 1 or 2 sachets left, but I don't think he drinks much of it anyway. But it's just a suggestion in case you're thinking of trying something new out. Quickly, before Aiden brings down the house, if you can hear, he's chucking spoons around. I just want to say before I finish up is the fact that it's very common for babies to get very sore bottoms when they have diarrhea, because it's like the acidity, that's the word I was looking for, means that when it touches the bottom, when you don't notice it, because actually some of the diarrhea that he's had, it didn't actually smell that bad, so I didn't even know that he pooped. For example, I only heard the parts, if that makes sense, rather than smelt the smell. So essentially what I'm saying is that's the reason why I've been using pseudo cream. I've found that that's worked the best for us, and we did try a rash cream which had that yellow colour, and that actually didn't work well for us because it stained everything that it touched, from the nappies to the clothes, so we stopped using that pretty quickly. But yes, pseudo cream is magic. But the other thing I do, and this is tricky when they've got diarrhea, is to keep them with a naked bot. Basically let them walk around without anything for a little bit, especially like in the mornings. We already try and put him on the potty, or just before they go to bed. So yeah, try and air it out as much as possible during these troubling times. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was useful and that gives you some tips and tricks to actually work with those reusable nappies when your baby gets diarrhea. I say when, unfortunately they're easily picked up, so these viruses go around, and then if they go to nursery and speak to other kids, then unfortunately they are likely to get it, and it's very contagious. It's very easy to get. Anyway, I hope that the soaking helps. The fact that I wear gloves is really useful. How I do the washing and all of that. So I really do hope that next time I speak to you guys that he will be so much better. And I hope that if your baby has currently got diarrhea, I really hope that they get better too. Thanks so much, and until next time.